Hello, welcome to my brand new YouTube channel, LuLaroe Christine Teigen. I am new to this fabulous world of LuLaroe and I'm so excited to share this journey with you guys. You might recognize my face from another YouTube channel called Debt is Dumb. We have been YouTubers for about 6 years now, and over on that channel we just have lived life and documented literally almost all of it. And as well as opening up our finances and just our personal side so that we could encourage and inspire other people. LuLaroe, this whole world, you guys, has just been such a blessing and so exciting. My family went through a really big change this last year. We sold everything, including our house, and we downsized to 400 square feet in a fifth wheel for 7 months on a rented farm. We thought we were going the farm route, just realized that farm is a lot of work right now. And so if we were going to buy another home, I needed an income, and I needed an income that would work around my family. So here comes LuLaroe, right? I had a lot of downtime in that fifth wheel and spent a lot of nights watching videos like this and lost a lot of sleep. And so if you're contemplating LuLaroe as a business adventure, I am right there with you. I know how you feel, and just that question is if it's worth it. And so I decided to jump because I loved the business model so much. I loved this, quickly fell in love with this company. I wasn't as in love with the clothes at first as I was with the business and how the owners run it. That was really attractive to me. I went to lunch in a training in Portland, Oregon in August and sat right next to Deanne, the founder, and I just got to hear her heart and how she relates to other women and is empowering to them. And so I knew this was it. I knew this was the right job for me. After 12 years of being a stay-at-home mom, there was a lot of fears that I had. I've been a YouTuber, but that's kind of been a ministry of love. And so I needed something that was going to pay a mortgage payment and help my husband out and relieve some of that financial burden for him. So my first 2 weeks, here we go. I'm going to share with you just kind of the things that I felt like I did right, the things that I could have improved on, and just really try and help you out if you're thinking of LuLaroe as a career move. And maybe you're already a consultant and you just need some help. This company is awesome like that. There is no competition between us. We are in it to help each other out and so that we all win. And so, okay, let's get down to the nitty-gritty. So I submitted my paperwork on August 3rd. I pretty much spent the summer praying and thinking about LuLaroe as a business. And so August 3rd, I submitted my paperwork. I knew that it would take about 2 months to onboard. They have that 2-month waiting period, 8 to 12 weeks, they say, so that they can onboard the current girls and make sure that they're taken care of before they bring on more consultants. And so I really just submitted my paperwork, and then I did a ton of research making sure that this was the right fit for me, because there is a big initial investment, you guys. This is it costs it costs a lot. Luckily we sold a house and I had a good chunk for this, but it does cost, and it was around $5,000 to start up. However, if you're going to own a business, I can't think of a cheaper business to start where you don't have to pay, rent and utilities for a shop. It's right out of my house. It's around my kids' schedule, and it just made a lot of sense. So there is a little bit of a buy-in, but I want to tell you it's absolutely worth it, and I'll share that in a few minutes on why. So I submitted my paperwork August 3rd. I onboarded officially about 8 weeks later on September 29th. And then exactly a week later, I got my first inventory on October 6th. And that was a whirlwind. Let me tell you, I have been kind of filming videos through that process. So those videos will start to go up on this channel of just when my stuff arrived, my clothing, and how my family was. How did they react to this? And also my launch, details about my launch party and stuff like that. So those videos are to come. Okay, what else do you want to know? So my inventory arrived October 6th. I scheduled a soft launch the following weekend, and it was just inviting a few friends over to test out Audrey, the system that LuLaRoe uses, their computer system, and just to make sure I could check people out and do a really good job at it and provide customer service that the level of excellence that I want to provide. The standards I have for myself are probably higher than most. And so I just wanted to make sure all my ducks were in a row. So I had a soft launch, had a few friends over, they got to shop, for the first time, my brand new inventory. I officially launched on October 16th. So I've been in this business for just 2 weeks. And I gave my customers like a 3-day notice and said, surprise, I'm having a launch party this weekend. We had a huge women's conference that weekend in church, and I was involved with that women's conference, and I had committed to that. So I was now doing the launch and a women's conference in the same weekend. It was bizarre and crazy and fun and all that good stuff. So I launched with very, very little notice. My numbers, my sales from just that afternoon from my launch party was $1,073. I could not believe I had that much in sales in just a couple hours. I mean, it was insane. I don't even know if I have made that much money in my entire life. Insane. It's been a long time since I have made money other than taking care of children. That pay is just different. But so I did $1,073 on that launch party. Let's see. And then, okay, do you want to know my sales to date? Like my total sales for the last 13 days from the time I filmed this video has been $4,634.50. You guys, I have almost sold $5,000 in 13 days of LuLaRoe. It's insane and incredible. And I am quickly going to out earn my husband. He loves it. He loves every single moment. And can I just say, my husband's amazing. If your spouse is on board, you guys, this will make this journey so much easier. When I brought it up to him, the possibility of me being involved in LuLaRoe, and I was really going to use him as my gauge, and because I needed his approval to spend that kind of money, because we were house hunting and we really could have used that money for a house. And I said, it's going to cost this much money, and he said, great, where do you sign up? That was his response. So then I started freaking out and crying because my husband, I knew immediately, was on board. And not only was he just verbally on board, but he has been sold out for this opportunity. Anyway, I'm gonna start crying. He is the reason why I have sold $4,600 in LuLaRoe in the last 13 days. He has cooked, he has cleaned, he has shuttled kids, he has welcomed women into our home. His patience is through the roof. He's just amazing. I knew he was amazing, but I see him in a whole different light now. So with that said, I love you, honey, and I'm so grateful. So how I made these $4,600.34, $4,634.50 in 13 days. The structure. So how I structure this business is I have open shopping hours every Friday. It's something that's now becoming ingrained with the women that shop with me. They know that Fridays from 10 to noon, they can come by anytime they want to. And last Friday, it went until 3 p.m. So I just close the doors when women aren't coming by anymore. But it also allows me to schedule family time around that too. So Fridays are magical for me. I haven't quite figured out evening shopping hours yet outside of my pop-ups. I just invite customers who want to come shop to my pop-ups that are going on. This is my Lula room. You guys, this was the first thing when as soon as we moved into the house, we put all of our effort into this room before my inventory arrived. So we within that week after moving into this house, my husband built clothing racks, and this is kind of an office, and we just converted it to, where we hang our clothes and display. And when women come, we open up this room to them. I also have clothing racks that I wheel out into my hallway. So I'll give a tour on this channel. I will give a tour of my Lula room. My hubby is still building my desk, so it's not quite done, but the functionality of the room is done. So every Friday I do host open shopping hours. I'm shocked at how well those are doing. Those are like pop-up. I mean, I'm earning the same amount of money as if I were to host a pop-up just by having people come by. So I had 2 open shopping hours, 2 Fridays. I had my launch party, which was on a Sunday afternoon after church. I had 3 in-home pop-ups scheduled. 2 of those pop-ups were back-to-back on a Saturday. I wanted to see what that would feel like last weekend, and it actually was pretty great. I mean, we were really tired at the end of that day, but it was so nice to clean your house once and then spruce it up in between before that next pop-up started, and I really enjoyed it a lot. So hopefully I'll be able to start booking pop-ups back-to-back. Probably just 2. I'll probably max myself at 2 a day. And then also 1 live sale. So you already know we love video so much. It's our thing. And YouTube has really groomed us over the last 6 years that we're not afraid to be in front of a camera. So instead of taking photos like a lot of LuLaRoe consultants do, I'm going to run with my strength, and my strength is interacting with people like this. And so we love the live sales, and we did 1. We didn't sell anything. It was a good practice run. So we are looking forward to weekly VIP live sales Tuesday nights in our VIP page on our Facebook on LuLaRoe Christine Teigen, and then you just hit that shop now button and that gets you into my VIP page, and that's where my weekly sales will be taking place. So that's pretty much it. 2 stop and shops, 1 lunch party, 3 in-home pop-ups, which were all in my house, and 1 live sale. Got that $4,634 in sales. So things that I'm constantly having to work on and improve is organization. Now, I've been a mom for 12 years, and so my brain is a little bit out there, and the organization needs help. And I'm actually pretty proud. I'm creating spreadsheets. Which is out of my comfort zone completely, but I am working Excel and asking my hubby to come help me with processes that I need to implement so that I could track what has sold at pop-ups and what I need to order and do inventory counts and things like that. So the organization, I feel like, is always an ongoing thing. Feel a lot organized right now, and I'm really proud of that, but it's something that I can always continue to work on. So because owning a business is owning a business, you've got to keep track of receipts, and you've got to keep track of your hostesses and your pop-ups and things like that. You know, just so much to remember. So things that I'm doing right and I'm focusing my efforts on is taking the best care that I can of my customers. Like serving with excellence is my bag. I love to be served with excellence, and so I want to serve other people that way as well. So I give them that one-on-one time. I allow them to stop by when they want to. I think of them when I get something in. I send them a text and say, hey, this would be perfect for you. You guys, my why is pretty powerful. It is something that breaks me. And going through such a hard time this last year, I just want to love women. I want to love other people so fiercely that they can't help but feel special and beautiful. And all of those things that we as women want to feel. So my why. Anyway, before I start crying, I gotta move on. So taking care of my customers has been my number 1 priority. Handing out business cards wherever I'm at. I could not believe it. I wear LuLaRoe every single day, and I was having not a great day, and I was grocery shopping, and I was running a ton of errands in a ton of different places, and just one of those days, you know what I'm saying? And I handed out 3 business cards that day unintentionally. I wasn't like, here's my card, come find me. It just came up in conversation, and it was a natural flow to hand them my information and to be able to, I was just invited to talk about LuLaRoe and how it's affecting my life and what they can do, you know, how they can purchase or have pop-ups and things like that. And it was cashiers, it was gas station people, I couldn't believe it. And so it turned that bummer day right into something that was just special. And then prepping my hostesses, I go through a pretty rigor. I go through a pretty big process of prepping my hostesses because they are my business. Without my hostesses, I wouldn't have customers and I wouldn't have a business. I wouldn't have anybody to sell these clothes to. It would be really, really difficult. So my hostesses, I spoil them when they host pop-ups with me, and I get up and make them a priority at 5 a.m. Before the kids get up, I have an hour to work, and I just focus that entire time on them, asking them if there's ways that I could help them, prepping them for what to expect with their pop-up, getting their people excited, so creating Facebook parties so that the people who come to the pop-ups are familiar a little bit maybe with LuLaRoe than they were before, and just also giving a sneak peek into the giveaways that I do. And those are all future videos to come, you guys. How I treat my customers and how I treat my hostesses, I would love to share that information with you. It's just too big for this video. So they are my priority, my hostesses, at 5 a.m. and I'm actually loving that time because by the time my kids get up and get ready for school, I've got 75% of my day done. It is so cool. It is the best feeling. So that is it, you guys. The first 2 weeks in LuLaRoe has surpassed any of my expectations, and I didn't compare myself. And I think that that's why I'm doing so well. As I watch these videos, and some of these women just blew their numbers out of the water. They did far more than I did, but I always just let God have it. And if, you know, whatever He wanted for me, that's what was going to happen. And I'm not ever disappointed in myself, and I'm not ever wishing that I was somebody else or, you know, whatever. I just don't compare myself. I don't compare my business, and I'm working really hard to set myself apart from other consultants. We're in the same family, but I want to be known for being different. Does that make sense? I just want my business to be set apart from other people's businesses. And so that is it. I am over the moon thrilled. I have pop-ups scheduled. I have, you know, I'm going into the holiday season, which is probably the most exciting time to start a clothing business. And that is it, you guys. That is my 2-week numbers. There's probably things that I'll think about that I want to share with you. If there's topics or something that you would love me to cover, leave it in the comments down below, because I would be happy to just cover the things that you want to know about. And if you want to send me an email, you can do that too. LuLaRoe@gmail.com. I'd be happy to discuss this business with you guys or help you to answer your questions. I know that there's been some amazing consultants that have blessed me with their knowledge and expertise, and I don't think I would be where I'm at without them. So I would be honored. It would be an honor if I could help you in any way get there. And that's it, you guys. I will see you next time in my next LuLaRoe video. Bye.